I Am Because You Are, a search for Ubuntu with permission to dream, is a thought-provoking exhibition that aims to encourage its viewers to contemplate the African values of Ubuntu in the context of South Africa's contemporary conditions. Curated by renowned artist and curator Usha Seejarim, the exhibition comprises 52 works of art from the bank's corporate art collection by leading contemporary and modern South African artists. And joining us to tell us more about the exhibition is the artist herself, Usha Seejarim. Very good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Morning, Simpiwe. Thank you.
Now, I Am Because You Are, a search for Ubuntu with permission to dream, is currently at the Standard Bank Gallery. Just how significant is this exhibition?
I think it's hugely important given the political climate that we are at, where we are in the world. A search for Ubuntu says, let's remember those values. Let's find those values amongst ourselves. And the artworks selected from the corporate collection takes us through a journey that allows us to find those values. You just made a reference to the political matters that are happening in our world. So what's the main message that permeates throughout this exhibition? I think they're all interlinked, but ultimately it's about respect for each other. And you can't have respect for each other if you don't have respect for yourself. So the journey starts with works that speak very much about a kind of exterior sense of who we are, of environment, of taxi routes, of township scenes. But as you walk through the exhibition, the journey takes you through to a sense of self.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now take us through the artists who worked on this exhibition.
No, none of the artists worked on the exhibition.
Okay.
They're all works that Standard Bank have collected.
Oh, okay.
And the works span from the 1800s, 1600s in fact. So they've got very old work up until very recent works. There's over 1,200 artworks in the collection.
Wow.
So my job was to look at all these 1,200 artworks and select from there 50 to 60 artworks that tell a story. The artists include artists like William Kentridge, Tumile Feni. There are younger artists like Zimbabwean artists Kutsunai Cheruwai, Penny Siopis, Diane Victor. There are many artists that are represented in this exhibition.
And as I've mentioned, this exhibition takes us through significant historical moments from the 1800s.
Yes,
Do tell us more about these moments.
There are works that are representative of indigenous people of our country. There are works that speak of apartheid. There's one work in particular that's called Social Engineering, Willie Bester's work, that brings specific reference to the social engineering during apartheid. There are works like Penny Siopis's work talks about shame. There's a beautiful Anton van Vaux sculpture that is called The Accused, and it's a bust of a man, but he looks very innocent, and he's titled The Accused. So there are works like that.
How does a person look innocent though?
I don't know. But that's exactly it. The artist is able to capture that.
Yeah.
You know.
So I guess it's the mystery that has to intrigue us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you look at the title and you look at how the sensitivity of the face of this man, he looks completely innocent.
Shame, man. Now, with the title Ubuntu, do we really have Ubuntu within us?
I think that's what the exhibition is asking. That's exactly what it's asking, and that's what it asks one to self-reflect on. And what I've tried to do as a curator is to bring in questions that says, if Ubuntu is absent, I have a role to play in that. So I'm saying, reflect on yourself to see where it is. There's a few walls that are interactive walls that ask for visitor participation, and one of the walls says, how do I practice Ubuntu? What is it that I do that brings this to my community?
You know, Usha, I've been to a couple of exhibitions in the past, and in some of them, I've been left with so many questions. So these kind of exhibitions, do we eventually get to find the answers, or do we have to figure them out ourselves?
I think it depends on the individual, and it depends on how you read the exhibition. I've tried to make it as accessible as possible. There's lots of text. The works are not conceptually too complex. So I think that if they do leave one with questions, it's questions not about, I don't understand the work. The questions are about the concepts in the exhibition itself, which is what it wants to do.
Okay. So what is most significant about this particular exhibition? Is it the visual component, or is it the fact that I have to focus on the message that permeates in this exhibition?
It's both. It's focusing on the message through the visual.
Right.
Because the visual allows us to think like that. The visual allows us to make connections between two different ideas and to get us thinking differently.
Okay. So for how long will the exhibition run? And,
the exhibition
and give
is
us
on,
details where?
Yes. It's on until the end of March. There is a walkabout on the 10th of March at 10 o'clock, which is an opportunity to speak with me, where I will take the group through the exhibition. It is at Standard Bank Gallery, which is on in Simmons Street in the inner city.
All right. Usha, great chatting to you, and all the best in your exhibition.
Thank you, Simpiwe.
All right. That is Usha Seejarim exploring the themes of Ubuntu in a walkabout at the Standard Bank Gallery on the 10th of March. And I Am Because You Are, a search for Ubuntu with permission to dream. That's the title of the exhibition. Let's go for an ad break now.